This guy here from Wisconsin.
Does that mean next time I don't get any?
No, if you ever walked up on something like that,
give them to him and leave them for him this year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
how long can it be?
So not true. I've never gone for good.
No, you gotta stay for at least 3 or 4 days, 5 days.
Filming stuff there.
We'll figure that out.
Us old guys.
I got this girl
My name is Stormy Stotts, and I live up at Perch Creek, and I just wanted to, maybe if you guys want to join me in a chant. Huh? Okay. When I say tan oaks, you say mushrooms. Tan oak.
Mushrooms.
Tan oak.
Mushrooms.
When I say subsistence, you say food. Subsistence.
Food.
Subsistence.
Food.
Tan oak, mushroom, subsistence food makes our community feel real good. Tan oak, mushroom, subsistence food makes our community feel real good. That's all I have to add, but I'm curious to hear from other people that have more to say than that.
What about the fact that we have mushrooms for food, and to go out there and gather is fun too. Not just not just eating the mushrooms, not just gather them, and hoard them or whatever. It should not be a price on something you like to do. It should be there for us, for all of us to partake of it, no matter what race we are.
It is a family event, and I've been mushrooming as soon as I could walk, and I brought my kids into the forest. That's like their introductory, the way they love their connection with nature, and it's like a little adventure trip. So for one family, that would be like $400 to $600. I mean, minimum. If it's 2 parents that have to buy a permit, and then your kids get older and maybe turn 18, then that's like you could go on a vacation for that much.
It's kind of like you don't put a permit for Easter egg hunting on.
Yeah.
For a family like mine, that'd be over $1,000 to go out mushrooms. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, 18 and under doesn't need one, right?
18 and under can't get a permit.
Can't get a permit.
You can't
But I
get
got
technically because it is a permit.
Even for one person to pay $200.
So does that mean that the kids
money.
have to stay at home and not go mushrooming?
Or can your kids gather for you for free?
I can't tell you what you do with your kids, but technically, the technical response is it's a contract, so it's only between adults who are 18 and older.
How's it a contract? Permit. Did throughout our whole lives.
So if you bring your kid, they can have all the mushrooms, right? Because they can't be in a contract.
You do what you want.
I remember the first time that I went mushroom picking, I went with Hawk and Jean and Kathy when she was living down there, and they showed me like a respectful way to pick it. And remember you guys telling me about how there's these people who come into the forest and they'll rape the forest and they're trying to get it for commercial purposes, and that's not what we do. We're just picking for the family, we're just picking for ourselves, And like I do have a problem with commercial. Like I don't want to see people coming into the forest and doing that. And I mean, in that way, it would be good to regulate it. But I'd even pay for a permit to go picking. But for subsistence and for traditional purposes and all that, like that just seems kind of ridiculous to me that folks would even have to get a permit at all. And like I don't want to see people taking their rakes out there and coming out with pounds and pounds, but this is our food,
They're the only ones that can afford it.
Well, it should be left up to the people, to regulate what's going on and how it's being done. We should say that they're raping mountainsides, and we should be able to we should be at liberty and we should be deputized in a situation, so to speak, to go out there and say no. Get out of here.
That's right.
They're the people who are,
You have to like together.
Well, there's a good point for the commercial aspect of it, and that didn't change it. There was the ability for people who are go out and do this, follow the seasons, follow the actual migration and the growth for the years, start in up there along the southern border of Canada and go all the way through Washington through those regions and come all the way down here. We're sort of the tail end of it, and there's a lot more pressure up north of us. And yeah, they do have people who go out there and they're not that honorable when they're gathering because they're mostly looking at it from a commercial standpoint and don't have really that sense of sustainability.
Yeah.
And so they're causing a lot of problems. That's one of the reasons for the regulations. And you said that earlier. That was one of the reasons a number of years back that we developed regulations to have some sort of management, even though, you know, for the most part, we're not managing them. The rain, sun, temperatures, doing that. We're just kind of controlling the amount that people are gathering. And hopefully the method that they're gathering. So that's one aspect that was still there. Whether or not there was a pay permit versus a permit issue right now today, the commercial issue is still there. There's no difference. Scheme.
Well, can I just say something? It seems like the rules of the way they have them this year actually encourages commercial use over personal use. It's backwards. And so I would prefer not having any commercial permits and a reasonable permit for personal use and family use. And I think that's if that's going to be the trade-off, that should be the way it goes, is for the people to have subsistence foods.
Good point. Your name?
I'm Barry Talley.
We were trying to articulate that point in a meeting that we had the other day, and it was kind of confusing for folks. So can you expand on that?
Well, $200 if it would actually encourage somebody who was just going to pick for subsistence to go ahead and get some more and sell them, because then they could pay off their permit. I think that would encourage commercial use and discourage people who can't afford $200 permit from going out and gathering or doing it. It would encourage them to do it illegally. I mean, I think that it's not a well thought out plan if that's what you're really going for.
I really don't think it's right for a person to hide in the woods, you know, to gather what is their right to do, you know. What is our God-given right to get for our food, you know. I don't think we should have to feel like that. If we can't afford $200 and we're still hungry for mushrooms, I don't think it's right that we have to go out there and sneak around and pick the mushrooms and worry about when these guys come and arresting us and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When we're hungry for them, you know. I care about food, you know. You know, Nolan Coldwell, huh? That's your name. You know, you're an Asian fellow. You know exactly how it is.
He likes mushrooms too.
Remember that, don't you?
And his wife is Karuk, she likes
I'd like to say something. Oh, go for it.
Go ahead. I'm really like, I can't figure out this, if you take a child out, an under 18-year-old person, what's law enforcement going to do to that person? Or do the adult gets the ticket for that? Since you broke your contract and you have an underage, you have an underage person with you, mushrooming?
I don't have a good answer.
You don't have an answer to that?
Other than
You're the one that's going to jail if we get arrested.
or adult is violating their permit, that's against their permit. If the child gets caught with something, you know.
No, okay, well, the kids just, you know, going around, okay, I found one. You come up and you pick it up and you put it in your communal bag or whatever. So is that child, I mean, and then you're walking home down the road, the child's with you, and, okay, say the child's not carrying the basket, but it's obvious the child was with you picking. Are you still breaking the...
So we need a clarification of the policy on kids.
Hell,
What
Do you have
is
any
it?
law enforcement questions for me? Do you have a,
What was that?
can you help me out on that one?
What is the policy on kids?
Well,
Under 18.
ask-
Yeah.
Address his,
From what Nolan said, is the contract is with the parent or the person that has the permit.
So children can't legally pick under that permit.
They can't get a permit.
Kind of family activity.
How can you teach for
years? Now, the way the permit's set up, they can't.
So the language actually says they can.
Well, okay, then what is going
Too many
to,
people talking, I can't.
okay, my concern is then what's going to happen to the child? What's going to happen to the adult that's with that child at that time? What's going to happen to them? Is it child endangerment?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, do you get a citation?
At this point, all I can say is that legally a child can't pick, and I think if a child's out there picking with a parent and the child's picking, I'm not sure, like Nolan said, the parent would be the person that's cited because they were the ones that had violated
Okay,
their contract.
they're going to get cited.
Possibly, if that situation comes, or they may be warned.
What?
I would probably say in most cases they would be told, legally the child can't pick. I doubt. I would hope that no one.
I'm gonna bicker with you on
Okay.
that. The guy does not give warnings. The guy hands out tickets left and
Oh, you're
right.
talking about locally here. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the fines?
Yeah.
I think what your point, someone said here that you guys want clarification, and I think what I'll do is take a note of that, and I will go back and we will get, and actually, like Nolan said, this is a law enforcement
Yeah.
issue, and so we will follow up with this and get back to you.
Hate to say it,
Yeah, it's a definite concern.
no,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
law enforcement and whoever, however many you have, I don't know. They've been known to be, excuse me, they've been known to be
Brash, rude,
aggressive. Not people that are friendly.
Took 5 of them to give me a ticket.
It's something that grows naturally.
It's just really frustrating. That's really, I mean, come on, you don't have clarifications.
That's more upsetting to me than the $200 fee, that you're telling me that kids can't go out there.
Yeah, I want to teach my grandchildren.
Yeah, how
They
they
had tradition
have
for years and years and years.
They
My
have to be
grandma's taken me out for
18-year-olds.
years. Her grandma took her out. Her grandma's took her out.
18-year-olds.
No, even if a kid wanted to pick, they couldn't even pay $200 to pick.
They can't
Well,
get.
and I wanted to separate one thing that was something that she said, because there's a difference between, if you were talking about what's going on with the traditional gathering, she said, and I assume that meant with the tribal gathering, because that's totally a separate issue. They have the ability to do it, because depending on whether or not you like that agreement or not, kids under that aren't subject to the same thing as the.
But it's a natural thing in the forest.
Nevertheless, there is a distinction there, because
If your
that's all
kids-
done under an MOU with the tribe.
If your kid's carrying a card and they're under 18, they can gather. They can gather?
Oh.
I
Oh, a
couldn't
tribal
quite
card.
understand what you're saying.
So there is a distinction there, and I wanted to say that because she mentioned traditional in the same breath as something else earlier, so there is a distinction.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
For one thing, I'm going to say first before my question, I think it's really wrong to raise the cost of food in times where people in this whole country, this whole world are having a hard time with the economy. And I think it's really wrong to criminalize the gathering of food in these times. My question about the money from these permits, where does it go? What's it for? What does the government use it for? Does the district keep it? Does it go to Washington? Do you know where the income, the receipts from this kind of permit end up?
There is I won't go back to the first part of your question, but at least the last part, there is a difference between forest products and these and mushrooms. This goes into a different pot. This is exactly what it is. It goes into a different pot for the management of this particular species of mushrooms.
So it stays local.
Where does it actually go?
Stays local. Goes into the medical program. Yeah, at least in the forest pot.
And I have a comment in relation to that.
So does that, the money, the collections from things like fungi, boughs, greenery.
And does any money go to KarukTribe
Goes back
when
in
it's in Karuk Aboriginal territory?
So it goes back in for things like monitoring. It's only been in place for probably 2 or 3 years.
Monitoring the people.
Co-management.
I'd like to say,
It's just a suggestion for future changes of fine tuning this whole mushroom.
I think something
I'm not
that,
running the show here, so you guys can
yeah. But as a representative, you know, and I mean all you folks with the Forest Service, you know, I think it's good that you're standing out here now, but I think the problem is that there should have been meetings before a regulation came into effect. And we need to look at who these regulations are going to affect before they happen, get out there and hear what all these concerns are before there's a regulation that's passed, just with the conversation within the Forest Service, because you're not going to get at the truth of what people are having to deal with. And so, you know, I think we see that across the board, from forestry projects to, you know, making regulations that affect you know, how to gather mushrooms. And you know, just reading the language of that bill was really hard for me, because going through the Orleans Community Fuels Reduction Project, we got to a unit where there was a mushroom gathering area. And they said, well, no, the Forest Service doesn't have any way to protect that gathering area from having a dozer just blast it out on a skid trail, because there's no mechanism for that. And so that, you know, that it's, and so you're stewarding the mushroom resource when, and by keeping the locals, primarily you're focusing on the locals with this bill. It's going to affect the people that are all standing here because they're pissed off. But it seems like it's the money part of it that's the issue. And if we really thought about how to, you know, get at the commercial end of it, which I think if you asked everybody here, they would say, you know, we want less commercial, and we want to be able to, you know, not have the places where we go gather for our families have mushrooms left in them.
But we don't even need commercial.
Yeah, so get rid of commercial altogether. And then...
But we're told they can't do that. When we started working on this back in 1989, that was what we were told. The Forest Service has to deal with all the population. And so we couldn't say no commercial harvesting. But I wonder if you could say, we have these many permits, and we are first come, first served, and then that's it.
Or why not first charging the people who are buying the damn mushrooms?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Get it.
Who needs to charge us?
Seriously. Forest Service is broke. You guys can have a bake sale like everybody else.
People make a lot of money off of bake sales. You can make $100 off of bake sales. That's what we all do for all our different organizations.
Well, I suggest we all go start burning down my houses then. I mean, what the heck? Let's get them out of here. If that's the problem, let's get them gone. I know I've got rid of a couple of them before. It's really easy to chase them out of town. You just gotta go there and you gotta tell them what you think. They'll leave. They get scared enough, they'll leave town.
We haven't had fires in town.
Why are the repercussions so extensive? A $5,000 fine, or whatever, 30 days in jail, or whatever I read there. Can you expound on the penalties? And why it's so steep and why it's so bad? The law enforcement, or let's see, it's up to $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
See, I've gotten I got a ticket a couple years ago from Bobby Phillips, and he made me feel this freaking small. And I'm out there doing what my people have done before we even know when it started.
You had a handful of mushrooms, right?
Yeah, I had a little bit. Yeah, but what he got me for was not, and he was wrong in it, because we got the rules later. But he said I had to cut my mushrooms directly in half and cut the stems off. He was wrong. It was an either or thing, and he was writing me down for a $175 fine. I went out to court and they dropped it for a $25 processing fee. But it's the principle of it.
And if you need the money for all that, you can take the price off of personal use and put it on commercial use. You can charge $400 for commercial and $0 for personal.
It's amazing, you know, that if I walk out my back door and up the hill out of my backyard with my grandson, some cop can pull me over and write me a ticket. I just can't believe that we've let that much control intrude on people that live around here. You know, I think you should look over, definitely over, just charge a commercial. I think that's where you ought to get your revenue. If you're looking for revenue, and if you're looking for enforcement, go after the commercial guy and leave the rest of us alone. You know, we're not going to rip anything off.
I don't want to be confused with saying that I'm out there or anybody in this office is chasing kids around in the woods, because we're not. Law enforcement interprets things the way they do. We don't control them, we don't supervise them.
You asked me for how I felt about it, you know, and that's how I feel about it. I just, less cops is better, especially out in the woods.
Just one more thing. We are taking down the comments that you have, and so we'll share with the forest what concerns you have. We'll share them with the forest. The forest is looking right now at the policy as it was let this year, and is going to look at reconsideration of where things lie based on comments from either events like this or just calling, coming in and talking.